Good morning and welcome back. Still early morning here in Orlando, and this has been a good opportunity for me to record several videos, one right after the other, in order to not only maximize my time, but as you have probably experienced in your daily work, whether that's thought leadership or leading your team or whatnot, when you can stitch together or knit together several things all in one kind of stack, you're much more productive, right? You're in the flow and kind of the moment. And so, sorry that the background is the same, but I wanted to make sure that I got all of these thoughts that I've been thinking about over the last couple of weeks, got these down all at one time in an effort to be as helpful to you as I possibly can in this given moment. And so the topic that I want to share with you, or that I want to be able to slice apart and look at a little bit more closely with you, is the go narrow to monetize. I spend a lot of time with business owners, and one of the questions that I'm often asked is, how do I build a large audience with podcasts, YouTube series, whatever the particular hub of cornerstone content might be, and then the primary channels? How do I go big quickly? How do I build a large audience, serve a large audience fast? Because, Stephen, I want to be able to monetize my content. This might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but rest assured, honestly, candidly, going narrow is the fastest path to monetization. Here's what I mean by that. Yes, could you build a show that had 1 million followers, maybe 1 million subscribers on YouTube? Could you build a content channel where you had 1 million downloads a month, a podcast, for example, where you had 1 million subscribers for a blog, or maybe an email list of 1 million people that you're reaching out to on a monthly basis or weekly basis, whatever the rhythm might be? Would that be helpful to your business? Potentially, depending upon what business you're in. Should you do that? And would that provide you with optimization opportunity, monetization opportunities? Well, of course it would. However, the monetization opportunities are going to take you longer to get to, and they're going to be more broad, and they're going to be more generic, and then you're playing essentially the mass media game. It's the race to getting to a large number of followers before you then monetize, and then convincing the sponsors and so forth that you are the biggest media channel, the best media channel, the hottest media channel, and that's why they should sponsor. So I'm going to offer a counterpoint to that. If you decide, or if you get really strategic about the audience, the customer base, the other business owners who you want to serve, who your business has excellence in serving, and building an audience around that niche, rest assured you will monetize faster. And here's what I mean by that. We've probably all heard the phrase, a colloquial phrase, where, whatever, and that phrase is go an inch wide in a mile deep, as opposed to going a mile wide in an inch deep, right? Instead of being shallow, instead of having no depth to your audience or to your niche, instead, put up that oil rig and go an inch wide and a mile deep. When you do that in serving a niche, for example, in your business, you become the known expert. You become the trusted source. You become the person. You become the team, the business that can be helpful to clients and prospects. You build a reputation. As my friend Joe Calloway likes to say, you become a category of one. You're able to do that because you've put down that oil rig and you've said, this is where we're drilling. We're drilling right here. We're drilling right here. We're going an inch wide and we're going to go a mile deep until we hit what we need to hit. If you think about that metaphor from the perspective of your thought leadership, from who you're going to be serving, then you will build the reputation of being the person in that space. Okay, so let's peel that back again, thinking about it from your thought leadership perspective. If all of your content in your podcast or your YouTube series or your blog was being helpful to that niche, to that slice of the market, it can be a very, very narrow, thin slice of that market. Again, you're building thought leadership and reputation around serving that niche. You become the person that serves that niche. So if you're a third-party brand and a sponsor, a potential sponsor, and you want to reach X customer base because that would help you build your brand, you're going to look for thought leaders who are serving that niche. These third-party brands are also serving that niche. You're serving that niche. That's a a real good basis for collaboration, and it doesn't have anything to do with your audience size, right? So during a recent Solocast, I told you about a business owner that I know very well, and he launched a podcast serving a very, very niche industry. You know, that podcast gets less than 1,000 downloads a month. 1,000 downloads a month. Obviously, that's a modest number, and it is a perfect number for his business strategy. There have been several third-party brands who have come up to him and said, we not only want to sponsor your content, we want to sponsor events, we want to be a part of what it is that you're doing here. And these are large third-party brands. Large third-party brands. Some are software providers, whatever. They want to be able to reach his end audience, even though that customer base or that audience is small. They are exactly the type of customers and prospects that these companies want to serve. Now, and that happened relatively quickly, within a few months of launching his podcast. Now, I'm not setting that as an expectation that you should go out and launch a narrowly focused podcast because 3 months later you're going to be able to monetize that. It's about being able to serve that audience with true depth. And then what I'm saying is that if you do that with true depth and you're excellent in your thought leadership by being able to go narrow, not only is that going to help your business in the biz dev component, right? Because you're going to be so focused on serving your dream prospects, but then connecting that back to your thought leadership, that's going to give you an opportunity to go narrow, or not only go narrow, but that narrowness is going to give you the opportunity to monetize faster, as opposed to creating this broad generic business show and you're hoping to get that to 500,000 subscribers because then you're going to be able to sell ads. Can you do that? Sure. It's going to take you substantially longer. So if you're looking to be super helpful to your prospects and customers, go narrow. If you're looking to monetize your content as quickly as possible because you are helpful, and then you can develop that collaboration with third-party brands or as potential sponsors, go narrow. If you're looking to build your business and generate leads and build your biz dev and sales, your lead and sales pipeline, and doing that as efficiently as possible, go narrow. I hope that was helpful. And I look forward to your comments and feedback. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comments below. Your feedback helps me get better each and every week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, double down, onward with gusto.